So, today I want to discuss the terms that is becoming more popular in the last couple weeks, the so-called sharing economy. For some of us, sharing economy is not something new. It's back to 40 to 50 years ago when the founding fathers of Indonesia developed the economic of Indonesia, the foundation of economic development. So sharing economy, for example, is famous with the term of Ekonomi gotong Royong. But then it became so popular about a month ago when there is a strike of taxi driver. Yeah? There was a competition between these two groups. The other one is the conventional taxi, and the other one is the taxi online. Most of the regulators, the business leaders in Indonesia, thought that taxi online practicing the so-called predatory pricing. And then we as scientists explain those people, no. This is not a predatory pricing. They can sell it at a cheaper price because they're using the sharing economy concept. So sharing economy is very popular, very important right now because of the technology, because of the connection, because of the access. Accessing is more important than owning for today's business. So if we compare to the thing that is what is happening in the past, we need to thank for these two institutions. The first one is TEDX. This event is a sharing economy event. So we, as a professor, we came here for free. We share our knowledge. Those who have knowledge, the same like previous lecturer, sharing their knowledge. And those who has technology, provide the technology. And the students, the organizer, providing the events. So we come up together, we create something, make something different, make something change in the world. So we come up together. The same like Indonesia.id. Indonesia.id is the platform of online courses for free. So now professors can give lecture for all people, the students all over the world. You may see the professor from MIT, from Harvard in HarvardX, EDX, and many other institutions for free. So students need to change too. And also, if you ask me, how do they make money? It depends on the business model. So the term of business model today is very important. Why? Because the competition of today's business is not product versus product, company versus company, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi-Cola, General Motors versus Ford. But today, the competition is between business model against the business model. For example, these are two convenience stores. The first one say that Indomaret, convenience store. The other one is 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven and Indomaret providing the same products, retail. But 7-Eleven in Indonesia is totally different from the 7-Eleven that you may see in the past in other nations. It opened at 7, closed at 11. In Indonesia, it is 24 hours business. And then, how do they make money? It's about the same in selling the items, but in 7-Eleven, it targeted young people. So they provide something that young people need. If you look at the Maslow diagram, so in the past, we put physical needs on the bottom, but the young people like you put another one, Wi-Fi and power bank. So, 7-Eleven in Indonesia providing Wi-Fi. That's why many young people come to his store. And it become the ally place. Yeah? Anak-anak ally. The terms that we know it. So it became famous, and then it was reported in the New York Times. It says that 7-Eleven in Indonesia is the largest store with the most famous and popular among the youngsters. And then it also stated there, it's famous because of the concept that the so-called nongkrong. What is nongkrong? Nongkrong is Indonesian terms for people that spend time together for nothing. But the youth today are different from the youth of yesterday. The youth have more money because they became entrepreneurs. There's a lot of business that they can create. So the youth is a very important target market. The same like the executive, for example. So I believe most of you are here owe something from somebody else. Maybe it's a promise, a favor, time, tools, or anything. It's very common in human nature. People borrow from and lend to other people. So if you ask me what is the reasons, it's because it has something to do with our tradition. Yeah? It is our parents, the elder, always taught us the concept of sharing and helping each other. That's why then you can see, while we have different in interest, we share something in common. For example, airports. You don't need to have your own airports. You share with others. Roads, traffic, water, river, security. We share each other. People share in many different places all over the world, including in our rural area, in agriculture. This is the one, the so-called Mapalus in North Sulawesi. The same like when people want to move their house, for example. Yeah? People help each other. Something like this one. Sometimes it's very difficult to find it in a city, but in a rural area, it's very common. And then I met these people. Pak Camillus Tupen, he came to my place, Rumah Perubahan. He discussed what he did in Adonara Island, near Flores. He was a migrant labor, come back from Malaysia, and then he wondered, when he were in his island, seeing that the island is still the same like in the past 20 years. So what he saw is, the land is still idle. The land is still idle. Nothing changed. Why it's happening? That's because there is no money in that island. So what he provided is a labor bank. What is a labor bank? A labor bank is a bank that is provided to those people without giving or providing money. No money involved, but they provide labor. Why labor? Because that is the thing that people have in that island. So someone say that want to come to the bank, want to borrow something. They say, okay, what do you need the money? I need the money in order to create my plantation. I have 5 hectares area, I want to plant a certain of trees, for example, or something. And then he said that, okay, how much do you need? 50 million. What you need is only labor, right? Yes, I need is only labor. So Camillus come to his people, talking who want to get job. They say, yeah, okay, I want to do it. But he used local culture. What is local culture? People will meet together as long as there is a traditional event. So they wear their fabrics, traditional dress, and they come up there, and he provides music, traditional music. They dance together. They provide foods. People always come when there is a lot of foods there. With dancing, singing, and then they plant the trees on that island. And then the person who has the land was helped by those people, and then it says by Camillus that he borrowed the money from that organization. And then later on, the Ibu, the person that is borrowing money or borrowing labor from Pak Camillus, and then he need to work for other group, for example. So this company, this institution is working in that area. People is moving, growing their business, having the plantations. One day, whenever the trees they have something there, and then it's harvesting time, and they cancel it, the money is available. Because of the money, and then they can provide something, doing something, and other thing. So it works because people share the labor, working together. This is happening in Adonara Island near Flores. And the same like what we do, Rumah Perubahan do in Lasi. Lasi is on the mountain of Marapi, west of Sumatra. We came there, we provide coffee plantations, and people plant it, and then suddenly now the coffee is harvesting, and people can make money. So people share each other. Yeah? The same like what we did in Buru Island. We still do it actually in Buru Island. What we do is an economic integrations. the so-called the integrating farming. So we integrate in farming between the cows, and because of the cows, we use the, from the cows, we create biogas, and then because of the biogas, we can make the kajuput oil. Do you know kajuput oil? Minyak kayu putih, okay? The kajuput oil. So we create it, and people are happy to borrow cows from us. What we share to them is the first child of the cows. It's not for us, it's for them. But the second one for us. And then because we have the second one, we can share to the other people in that island. So we don't have to spend money there. We have a lot of cows in that island. We produce the kajuput oil. And people are happy of doing this rather than going to the gold mining because it's very hard doing that. So the list keeps expanding in sharing economy, not only on the traditional culture, but also on other areas. For example, in transportations, you know that we share transportation. But today, we also share many other things. There is a study about the power drill. This is so famous in the US. The power drill costs about between 300 to 500 US dollar. But you know what? The producers try to develop the quality, improving the quality. One day, if you buy it, the power drill could be about, say, you buy it now, it can still work for another 5 years or 10 years. But for 300 or 50 or 500 US dollars, you buy the power drill. In fact, people only use it for about 12 to 14 minutes, only 14 minutes. You buy it, you need it to drill something, and then you don't need any more. So why do we have to buy the power drill? So then some people get the idea, why don't we share each other? You collect the power drill, and then we rent to others. You get the money because you share the thing that you have. So let's come up with any other products, including knowledge, including books. People share the books, rather than you have to buy. But then because of the technology, because of the smartphone, because of the mobile apps, for example, now people may share any other thing, including nebangers, for example. Yeah, people nabbing each other. It involves a certain amount of cost, of course, yeah, but not much. Including Airbnb, it's so famous right now. And then also couchsurfing. I will share it to you, the thing that my students do by using couchsurfing later on. But also property object, yeah, Grab taxi, all are sharing economy, including peer-to-peer lending, club lending. In the future, possibly that banks will change. Why? Because of the sharing economy. Yeah? Okay? And then sharing, if you ask me what is sharing economy, sharing is the way people doing business by sharing resources. So there was a dispute when I wrote that article in newspaper in order to explain the works of sharing economy. Some people wrote another articles saying that, oh, no, this is taxi online, it's not a sharing economy. They try to manipulate the idea of sharing economy by explaining sharing is giving for free, and there is no money involved. No, that's not true. Sharing actually is a sharing resources. You work together, so that's why the price is got down. Deflation. So we start with the economy in a community, communal economy in traditional culture, where people sharing resources, and then people move to urban city, and then in the city, people create formal activities, formal economy, and then there come out regulations, and then we go to the owning economy, and then because of the own economy, it creates idle economy, and then later on, because of the technology, people do the sharing economy. This is what we call it idle economy. When a person bought a land, for example, from a farmer, and then they try to give, and then they did give the fence. So the farmer lose the job. Even though they don't use the land yet, they will use it later. But because of the fence, there is no productive activity, and the labor cannot use it. The thing like now the young people use. They don't want to see anything idle. Anything idle, something like this one. You see that people blockade the road. They don't want to share. They said, this is my area. Even though that you go through the kampung, but the kampung people cannot go using your way because you think that you pay more. You don't want to share. We need to criticize those kind of people. They blockade each other. That is not sharing economy. That is not economy of Royong. This is what happens when there is a disruptions. The same like Sari Petojo, the ice factory in Solo, so famous because Jokowi was there. Jokowi against the change of this building, he want to preserve. But actually, why the ice factory now doesn't work anymore? That's because they don't innovate themselves. And then somebody else innovated, and we call it, this is disruption, a new way of doing something. And then ice factory doesn't need anymore because there is a refrigerator. This is what disruptions, I think you may read it in some journals. This is from Clayton Christensen, so famous. So disruption innovation starts with low-end segment. They come up to the market and then doing something in low-end market, and then if they improve the quality, they can go up to the higher segments. But there is also another examples here, Kereta Cepat. This is also another sharing economy. Without any technology, I mean without the smartphone. What I mean is they share each other. The toll road from Jasa Marga, the state-owned enterprise, and then exit area, plantations, perkebunan. So they share each other among the state-owned enterprise. But people against it. Most disruption process always against by several people because of disruptions. And then if you ask me like this one, there was 4 groups of business. The first one is community-based. The second one is the capitalism, owning economy, mostly creating idle economy. And then the sustaining business try to improve their service. And the other one is the sharing-based economy. Why is sharing economy is very important right now? That's because of the big data analytics that we teach in the campus. Big data analytics is a new statistics based on a real-time analysis. So the data is not time series anymore, not using the sample design, but we use the big data and we use this kind of statistics, yeah, including NLP, yeah, the same like this one. This is by using NLP. We analyze words that you share on Twitter, on social media, and we come up to the idea that what you want right now. The same like this one, heat map. So by using this one, heat map, the producers will know where the demand is. For example, in the center of Jakarta, you can see there is no supply. And then you move all your taxi driver to that area because the demand was there. In the past, the taxi driver is moving around in order to find the consumers. But today, it's becoming more efficient. So this is my student who go with couch surfing. Actually, he got friends there, cheap, no money spent, using the social media, using the couch surfing. And I need to close with this one. If you ask me, what is the problem? The problem is this one. Yeah, it's harmful for several people, but it's benefited in other people. Yeah. So how do we solve this one? Like this one. And finally, I have to say, sharing economy is not a new thing. Sharing economy is gotong royong in a fancy or sexy term. Thank you.